In this video, I'll show you how to take these and turn it into this. Look at that. Pretty nice, huh? Let me show you one that's not obstructed. I can show you this one easier. So this is the factory plate. So this part right here. And what I've replaced is I've added these. These are from Rad Industries. They're $14.99 a piece. And I put 2 on each one. That one probably won't get a lot of use over there, but you've got to put them on each side because you mount them behind the plate and otherwise it would be uneven. These are replacement stainless steel screws. They come with washers from Rad Industries, but the washers don't fit perfectly, so I just left them out. I'm glad I did that. This little thing here, it's about $15 for 4 of them. It's a stainless steel strap holder, I guess, or strap, you know, it's a place to put the strap through. And the reason why you need to do that is because you have to transfer the load to a linear direction off of the ratchet assembly, because there's only one bolt down here that holds this to the plate. And although it's strong, if there was a really good load on it, it could bend the top of this assembly out. So by transferring the load up here, you don't have that risk. And then of course the ratchet strap itself. These are marine stainless steel auto retracting ratchet straps, and they're about 50 bucks for 2. So this was no cheap project. I'll add it up, but I bet I've got 200 bucks into it. But it was totally worth it. I mean, you just pull these out and you can auto retract them. I need 2 hands to auto retract it, and I'm holding the phone with one. So you just push on this red button and it'll auto retract. Let me go ahead and, there we go. And they just hang there. Driving around, they seem to just kind of hang off the side here. They're 6 feet long, and you can literally strap down anything you want quickly. You don't have to be looking for straps. There's just so many obvious reasons why this is cool. Anyway, stay tuned. I'll show you how I built it. First thing you need to do is remove these. It's a Torx bit. I'm not sure exactly the size. If it's a new truck, they come out really easily, and if you had Line-X, they took them out and put some bed liner behind it, as you can see here. So that was really fortunate that they did such a good job there. This is everything you're gonna need for this project. And fair warning, it's pretty involved. It kind of became more steps than I thought it would be when I did it to my Tacoma. It was way easier. I'll put the link up above. Essentially all I did was attach these directly to the bed of the Tacoma, and then I ran this up through the cleat, you know, the slide cleat on Tacomas. And you can't do that on the Raptor because there is no slide cleat, and you do need something to transfer the force up instead of out, and I'll show you that in a second. But first thing you need is these. They come in a 4-pack. I got them from Amazon. I'll put the link below. It's the identical product that I used for the Tacoma. Then, if this is, you know, totally optional, you at least need something. I'll put the link. I got this again from Amazon. This is stainless steel, matches. Stainless. I like matchy. And we're gonna bolt this right here with these stainless steel, you know, bolts. The other one is in here, so you'll need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. They come in a 4-pack. They come with screws. We're just gonna not use the screws that it came with. And here's why, because this is only attached, just like the Tacoma, with 1 bolt. We're gonna saw that off, cut that off, but it's only attached with 1 bolt. And what happens is if you have too much force pulling out on the ratchet strap assembly, it's gonna bend it up. And you got to transfer the force linear straight up, and by putting this here, you can see obviously we will accomplish that, and all of the pressure will be right here on these two screws. And then because I couldn't get short enough, we'll have to saw these off as well. So you will need, let let's see, where the hell is it? You will need this, or, you know, you could probably do it with a saw. We're gonna do it with the grinder. And I have this cutoff wheel. So we'll go ahead and swap this out, and that'll enable us to cut this off. And the only thing we need to worry about is heat, right? The heat is gonna melt that little nylon nylock, so that's why I got the thread locker. Because even if I heat up the thread locker when I saw it off, it'll harden back and keep these in. What else do you need? Let's talk about these rad performance ratchets. So, I'm sorry, tie downs. So I think these tie down plates are brilliant. What I don't like about them is these hearts. I think somebody's ego got in the way of making a pure play function product. So we're just gonna cover that up and tuck it right underneath the factory plate. Look at that. That actually looks factory. Rad makes a plate, but it's got hearts in it also. And when you use either the factory screws, the stainless screw kit with the washers, whatever you use, you can see that there's quite a bit of play. Now, would it ever move around because of the friction against the side of the bed? Probably not. But in my opinion, it's just really super unfortunate that they just didn't make it. They offer it in pink. So I get it. I get, hey, it's your product. You can design it however you want. I think you'd have more sales if you were a little bit more neutral. The powder coating is identical to the factory plate. So you end up with a pure factory looking product. And I went with a stainless screw kit from them because there's a lot of stainless going on, right? Here's stainless, stainless, and then the screws will be stainless, and it'll just look like a nice, real, nice finished product. I chose to get 8 of these because I wanted to put wings on all 4 of them. Probably excessive. I'll probably never use the front ones. But I had to do it because you can't just put it on one side. It's either both or nothing because the thing won't sit flat. See what I mean? And kind of an added bonus is you get a little bit more clearance right here for the nuts on the back. The only other thing you really need is your key to get the cleats off of the factory plates. So that's everything you need. The first thing we're going to do is drill out these. I'm inserting this little part on something that I forgot to buy. So I just had to run to the store and buy washers because in the original list of stuff that I said you needed, I forgot that this washer goes on the inside here. So basically you put this in first, like that. Put this down in there, put this here, and then you need a washer for the back because it's not really big enough for the nut. The hole's too big. So put yourself a nice big fender washer on there, and then you can tighten this down. Here's a tip. When you saw me bang it on the wood here to get this thing off, that is a good idea. Banging it on the edge of the bandsaw is a bad idea because I chipped the powder coating. Fortunately, it's not a big deal. I can touch that up, but banging it against the wood didn't do any damage. After doing one of these and finding it difficult to get it perfectly aligned, this is how I did the rest of them. So basically I'm just gonna line it up and I'm gonna eyeball it. I'm coming down, about 2 mils from the edge of the plate. And then I'm just gonna mark one side, make sure that I'm in the middle. So I'm in the middle. That looks good. And going to mark one side and then go ahead and drill just this one side. Okay, now I'm going to, I have some nylock nuts, but I went ahead and picked up some of the regular nuts too. I'm going to secure this in place. And I think you probably know where I'm headed with this. So it's just a little bit of torque on there just to get it so it doesn't slide around. Then we're going to line it up right like that, so it's perfect. And then we're going to go ahead and drill the other side. And this way it lines up. You know, I was having a little alignment problem before, so we're going to line it up just like that. We'll go ahead and start her up. Have a drill press. If you don't have a drill press, I'm going to assume that that's going to be easier also if you're doing it by hand. Anyway, good way to line it up. There, see? Really good. I didn't mention it at the beginning because I actually just thought of it. I'm a little bit of a rust freak, so I don't want to get paint all over the place. What I'm going to do is just tape the front loosely. I don't want to super seal it around the holes. And then we're just going to shoot just a little black paint right in there, and that will help prevent any rust. You know, it's got a cover. It's not like it's probably going to get rained on very often, and the nuts and bolts will help seal it up, but a little precaution. And as you can see, it, well, I guess it really didn't coat everything. I thought it would. All right, I've now turned this into more than it needs to be, but at least I'll sleep at night. There we go. I'll do that to all four. So I've got everything painted, drilled. I touched up that spot. I'm going to swap out the blade on the grinder while the paint's drying. Probably give it, you know, half hour. Go inside, get a drink, because it's hot as all hell in beautiful Florida right now, and come back to it in a little bit. I cleaned up a little bit mid-project, very unlike me, trying to keep the garage a little bit cleaner after I straightened it up. It's a freaking rollover accident about a month ago. Anyway, these are nice. Came out pretty good, painted. That chip, totally can't see it at all. We've got our 8 rad plates, whatever, tie downs. Got 4 of these, got everything lined up, ready to go. Grinder blade is switched out, and I have my 4 stainless steel ratchet straps. Let's get to assembling. I just had to run to the store and buy washers, because in the original list of stuff that I said you needed, I forgot that this washer goes on the inside here. So basically you put this in first, like that. Put this down in there. Put this here. And then you need a washer for the back because it's not really big enough for the nut. The hole's too big. So put yourself a nice big fender washer on there, and then you can tighten this down. So I'm going to use the impact driver. This is 1/2 inch. Just going to put the 1/2 inch on the back side here, like that. We're going to cut this off later. I'll make it a little tighter in a minute, but I just want to get it positioned. Don't torque it down all the way because, as you can see, it's not perfectly straight. So you want to be able to scoot it over, and I probably already got it too tight. Nope, I need to put it on the other side. Oh no, that worked. That worked. So, centered. I can torque it down tighter later, but now that it's installed, I can go ahead and, whoop, there we go. I can go ahead and put this down, pull this out a little bit, and get these installed. So I'm going to put a little Loctite on there. Okay, that's it. Pretty nice, huh? That'll slide in and out of there, no problem. Can even let it hang like that for easy access. And I forgot to put Loctite on this one, so I'm going to undo this and put some Loctite on it and saw these off. So that's next. We got them all assembled, and I got the first one cut, and I went ahead and shot some black paint on it. You already saw that. I got to cut the rest of these. Started to rain, so we're gonna have to wait again. But they sure do look nice. I'm glad that stainless is not shiny, because it matches this perfectly. And I think once the screws are in, these screws and washers, I really do wish that these were Torx, but this will be fine. The reason why I wish they were Torx is because there's just more meat in there to back them out in the event that this fails and I got to get them out. I'm not going to put any Loctite on them because I want to be able to get them out to replace these someday. But we'll see. You know, another kind of annoying thing is that the screws, I know this is the right size screw, but it doesn't fit the washer perfectly. Let me try to show you this. The washer has some play. It's almost like it's a metric screw in a standard washer. So all that means is it's not going to sit perfectly. I'm going to have to mess with it to get it to sit perfectly straight. That is annoying to me. Yet another rad opportunity. You guys should be better than this for the price.
You looking at me? Are you looking at me? We doing projects. We're doing projects together. Yes, we are.
I just wanted to show you that I hit each cut bolt with paint. And I did that because there is metal in this. And that metal transfers to the stainless, and it could provide like a rust drip. If this were to get wet, it could collect rust, and then it would just drip in the truck. And by hitting it with black paint, you stand a chance to prevent that. Totally done. The sun is not cooperating, but I've done all four. They came out really nice. And let me show you, let me just kind of connect them together and I'll show you just how functional they are. As I mentioned in the beginning, they're 6 feet each, but you can kind of get the idea how you could strap anything down pretty much. And you can see here how they ride through the top of that plate really nicely, transferring that load up. It's tight. I'm really, really happy with this modification. I like it better than my Tacoma because it's all right there on the plate. And if you ever wanted to switch trucks, you just unscrew that, put the new plate on, take it with you. There's no holes in the bed, no change at all. And the only other thing I'll mention is, I forgot to mention this before, I had a Line-X liner put in, and obviously they take this off and spray the whole thing. So there's no silver paint anywhere. They did a really good job. If you had a Ford liner put in, you're gonna have this silver box right here. And my recommendation would be to just tape that and shoot it with some flat black or satin black spray paint, so it looks like it's rhino coated underneath. But anyway, that is it for this video. As always, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please subscribe, give me a like. It really helps the channel. And check out my Raptor video or playlist. This wing I put on. There's a lot of other cool stuff in the Raptor playlist. If you have a Raptor, you might enjoy watching those videos. As always, thanks. Please subscribe. See you next time.